Hey guys. All right. So last night I posted a question. If you could ask me anything about nutrition, what would it be? And so I want to start off by saying I am not a registered nutritionist. I am don't take anything that I say. I just am sharing from my experience, from my knowledge, from my research, from my personal experiences, and so on. So I got a lot of really good questions, and they were kind of all over the place, which is perfect. So instead of trying to answer them all super quickly, I wrote them down, and then I'm just gonna kind of do some live videos and talk about each one individually. But the one question I got the most of, and I actually get this a lot, is on snacks and snacking. And I'm going to say some things that some of you probably aren't going to like to hear. But again, I'm just speaking from my experience, what I've learned through over 4 years of just really trying to figure out nutrition, because it is my biggest struggle. And it's the one thing that always seems to haunt me or holds me back, or I struggle with it too. So I'm just sharing from my experiences and what has helped me just kind of move forward into overcoming snacking, and overcoming health issues that you guys have brought up, nutrition issues. So one thing was what are some healthy snacks? Okay, you think about it, that's not a hard question. It's not. And the other thing was, well, I don't have access to a refrigerator, or it's what's healthy that doesn't have to be refrigerated? There's not a lot. If you think about, if I took you into my pantry right now and my cupboards, the only thing that I have that is not in my refrigerator that I eat as a snack is my Beach Bar. Because it's low fat, low sugar, higher in protein, and good carb. That's the only thing I can think of off the top of my head that's in my pantry that I would consider a healthy snack that doesn't have to be refrigerated. With that being said, some other things that I think are great options that honestly I would go for snacks is veggies and fruits. And I know a lot of you aren't going to want to hear that because you're like, oh, a snack. A snack is chips, or it's a granola bar, or it's I don't even know it. But in all honesty, if you are to the point where you're between meals, lunch, dinner, breakfast, lunch, first off, backtracking to that, if you are, depends on your exercise level, okay, first off, but if you are seriously that hungry between meals where you need a snack, first off, think about if you're just bored, you might need water, and if you are that hungry in between meals, are you eating enough sustainable food at lunch, at breakfast? And I will tell you, this took me a long time, and every meal plan is different. The programs that I use, the meal plans are different. Some encourage 5 to 6 meals a day. 2 Mays ago, so coming up on 2 years ago, 2 years ago, I was introduced to this nutrition program that she really emphasized that you don't need snacks. If you are eating enough at breakfast and lunch, enough sustainable food, you should not need snacks. And as soon as I shifted my mindset as to I'm going to eat enough at this meal and not eat again until my next meal, my mind shift really switched. And it used to be it's 3:30, I need a snack. And some of you, I feel you're maybe at that point where some people are talking about chocolate cravings, or having a need for chips or something salty or something sweet, or you're tired and so you lean towards something to keep you from being bored, to give you some energy. And that's just a bad habit that is going to take a lot of willpower and your mindset to overcome, if that makes sense. So as soon as I flipped the switch in my head of, okay, I'm going to eat enough at breakfast to time me over to lunch, perfect. I'm going to eat a big salad with some protein and veggies to keep me full, protein to keep me full, a little bit of carbs to give me energy. That's going to push me to supper. And if I am hungry between lunch and dinner, I will have, like I said, the Beach Bar, or if you can find a granola bar that you think is good, that type of thing, or a cheese stick, or a vegetable. All right. I don't know where I heard this from or if I read it somewhere or something, but it was like, if you think you're hungry, go to the fridge and grab carrots. And if you don't want to eat carrots, then you're really not hungry. All right. So think about that. But I would really encourage like vegetables. Reach out for vegetables. Fruits are another thing where if I am snacking or don't have a lot of options, that's one that I would go to and reach for, would be fruit or vegetables for sure. I did get the question about like protein options for snacks. And again, I would encourage you to look for vegetables because the purpose of protein, yes, your body needs it. And at lunch and breakfast and dinner, it's to keep you full. It's to rebuild your muscles. It's to refuel your body. But energy sources comes from carbohydrates, right? And protein too, obviously. But I cannot think of, literally off the top of my head, a protein source that does not need to be refrigerated. If you can think of one, let me know. Like beef jerky, that's not really a good protein source. And so I go for cheese sticks. I'd go for yogurt. I'd go for, actually one of my favorites, to be completely honest with you, is ham slices or deli meat slices, whatever. Like back this spring, I was like, oh, eating ham for a snack. But actually it was really good. I really liked that. So those are some suggestions I would have. And again, I'm just going to keep pulling this to, it's your mindset. Like if you are sitting here saying, like, oh, it's hard for me to grab a snack because I'm always on the run. Okay, then figure out a snack that is easy for you to eat on the run. Like I keep talking about the bars, like granola bar, whatever. That's easy for me to literally throw in my purse and eat it when I need it. The ham slices, I put them in little baggies and it's sitting in my fridge. So when I want one, I go and grab it. Same thing with like carrots and vegetables. I portion them out and have them ready to go when I'm ready. So if you're struggling with snacking, again, I'm going to pull it back to look at, are you actually hungry? Like go grab some vegetables if you're really hungry for snacking. Drink water. All right. Every time before you eat, you should drink water just to kind of fill that, because it's such a mental thing when it comes to, am I really hungry? Am I just bored? Am I tired? And so on. And then let's see what else. Yeah. So again, like it really comes down to your mindset. So the main question was healthy snacks. And that's a hard question because, think about, like yogurt, cheese sticks, deli slices, vegetables, fruits. For those of you that are like, well, cool, you work from home, like you can eat whatever you want. Cool. When I was teaching and working full time, I was at that point, I was still trying to get in my breakfast in the car, a snack, lunch, a snack, and then be home for supper. So that was where like fruit really came into play for me, fruit and vegetables and having like the bar or whatever, like all those kind of things were super important for me to have, and I needed them easy and quick to go. So whatever it is that you're telling yourself you're struggling with, or you can't think of anything, or you don't have a fridge, or you don't have, like, let those excuses go and think about if you want it bad enough, figure out a snack that works for you, grab some carrots. Those are not hard to stick in your bag and so on. So I don't mean to be harsh, like I don't mean to be, but it's just from my experience in 4 years, a lot of it comes to your mindset, and it comes to your energy levels. Are you bored? Are you tired? Getting in water. I can't emphasize that enough. Like water is huge when it comes to things like that. So I hope that helped. I hope that gives you a little tidbit, but snacking is something that I do struggle with a lot. And prior to 2 years ago, I didn't really know why. I didn't know why I couldn't control myself around sweets, or I couldn't stop having a handful of chips while I was making supper. Like I struggled with why I was having those issues. And then 2 years ago, I realized like it's all my mindset. And here's the other thing too. Last thing I'm going to end it on this, because this is something I could talk about forever. I was talking with one of my clients last week, and she had a huge victory, but she didn't want to share it with me. And she's like, I feel so embarrassed because you're so consistent and you're there. Like you're at that level where other people want to get to, like you're there. And she's like, I have this little victory, and I it's still just kind of like, I still look at you. And I like stopped her. I'm like, listen, you are trying to reverse lifelong habits. Those of you that said you struggle with snacking or like cravings and things like that, or trying to eat more vegetables, you're trying to reverse years, like decades maybe, of horrible habits that have been ingrained in your brain forever. And it's not going to switch overnight. It's not going to end in 3 weeks. It's not going to end in a month. It's something like, I'm not joking, as soon as I get done eating, my mind automatically goes, okay, chocolate, or like that's how my brain has been ingrained, is to, as soon as I'm done eating, all right, chocolate. No joke. I'm being completely honest. And so sometimes I give into that. And as I'm doing it, I'm like, this is dumb. Like, I don't need this. I don't know why I'm doing this. But sometimes I'll be like, okay, I think I need chocolate right now. I'm going to take a drink of water and walk away from it. So it's taken me over 4 years to really be able to walk away from that habit and to not feel controlled by it. And so if you are struggling with the snacking or whatever the habit is that you're struggling with, just know that just because you wake up today and you're like, oh, I'm not going to do it, like, it's still going to take you time, because you're trying to reverse years of a bad habit, a bad decision. And so what I would encourage you to do is something you are struggling with. If it's like chips, for example, for snacking, or if you have an afternoon pop addiction, like a Diet Coke in the afternoon or whatever. If you have that, challenge yourself to go 30 days without it, or a week, or whatever. Like, take baby steps. But if it's like having chocolate right before bed, challenge yourself to go 30 days without it. And really, like, cross it off on a chart that you've done it 30 days without it. And then you keep moving forward, and it takes 30 days for you to really be conscious of it. And then you keep going to make it a habit and a lifestyle change. Okay. So just remember that you're trying to change years of bad habits. It's not going to happen overnight. There is no quick fix to changing your nutrition, changing your habits. It is a long thing. Hey, Molly. Awesome. Yeah. And actually, I need to email you back because I forgot something on there. I forgot the one thing I actually wanted to tell you. I actually forgot about it. So anyways, all right. Hopefully this helps. And if you have any more questions or comments, just drop them below and I will try to answer them for you.